Hey YouTube, this is your girl Tristan Carson, and I'm coming with another video today. Um, I wanted to talk about the terminology African American and how it radiates around the world towards other African people. Or this is just my take on what I see or what I've heard. First of all, my main group of friends are multicultural. And when I say multicultural, I have a lot of African friends that are from everywhere. I have some from Haiti, I have some from Trinidad, Grenada, Jamaicans, whatever. I just have a lot of different black people that come from other places around me. And one thing that I'm often told is that for an African American, I'm well educated about the differences between us and blah, blah, blah. And I just let them say this a couple of times before I really dug into them with my thoughts and opinions on that. A couple of years ago, I think, or probably a year ago, I made a video called Race versus Culture, I think, where I broke down what I thought the denotation of the two were and how people misconstrue those differences. For example, a lot of black people, I think a lot of people assume that Puerto Rican or Cuban or Haitian or any of that is a race, and which it's not. Those places are highly populated with African people, a lot of mixed people, and so they bond together and they have their own culture. And in America, I feel like we take race and we put it before our nation. And I think this is probably one of the only places that do that, because it seems that every place else they cling to their culture. But the thing is, having that culture does not change your race. I'll say that one more time. Having that culture does not change your race. Now, from my perspective, from a place that America, we don't have a cohesive culture, really. We have, a couple of things. We eat the same foods or, certain things, but we don't have a cohesive culture. People bring their cultures here and they keep them. So I think maybe I might have a different outlook on everything, but my outlook about the word or the terminology African American is that if you're from African descent and you're an American citizen, you are, in fact, an African American. And I really don't like the terminology just for one reason, because we could be more cohesive than to make our race so important, but we're not. So I'm using the terminologies that we use because we're not cohesive as a culture. And so my problem is, and what this video is about, is that a lot of people from other places, when they come here, they separate themselves as to say, I'm not African American. Don't call me African American. I'm Haitian, I'm Puerto Rican, I'm Cuban, but I'm not African American. And maybe because there's a connotation to African American, meaning that you're an American slave black. And to my full understanding, the actual denotation, meaning the actual definition, is a person of African descent who is an American citizen. Now, I could be wrong, so if you have any information on the definition of an African American, please put that in my comments. But as of yet, I believe, or I think, or I've learned that an African American is someone of African descent that lives or is a resident or a citizen of America. Now, that bothers some people because they want to hold on to their culture, and they feel like if they consider themselves African American, then they are the same as an African descendant slave. But for the most part, and this is what I talk to my Haitian friend and my African friends a lot about, because what they don't understand is, irregardless of where you come from, for the most part, most of the Africans around the world that spread out, that's not on the continent of Africa, not sub-Saharan, most of them are ex-slaves. So we all have the same history as far as that. Now in America, the American black is separated from the rest of the culture, and in a lot of places everybody assimilated and mixed. That is a real big difference between a so-called African American versus a Puerto Rican African, or just that's the only difference. Those places assimilated together more than we did here. But if you're an American citizen, to me, and you're of African descent, to me, the definition of an African American is you. Now, not to say that we have the same cultural upbringing, because we don't. That I think that does differ us from each other, but our race is usually the same. So that's just my opinion on that. Please put your opinion on here. Even if you disagree with me, tell me why you disagree with me, things of this nature. I'm Amethyst One. Subscribe, rate, comment, and yeah. Toodles.